Just go to the internet and look up Marshall Plan for African Americans, Salim Mowakil. You'll see the video. Also, Natashi Coates, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Mr. Coates from the Atlantic magazine wrote a great piece about the case for reparations. And he didn't really go back to slavery. He just talking about the past 50, 100 years of discrimination and racism. That's good enough case for reparations. And the case for reparations has to be made because and reparations are needed. And so that ain't what I do. I think I can go down this street. Let's go down this street. You gotta be careful and get the camera going. Folks like you five. But you know, even in this neighborhood, you see some really beautiful new houses and some rehab homes. It's prime property, people. Prime. We on 43rd Street somewhere. I don't know. Prime. But the problem is that there's not enough poor black people to been pushed out or moved out of these old neighborhoods where other people want to move into, because you go into Logan Square. Logan Square is booming. There are people trying to, you know, because Lincoln Park is just overrun. There's too many people. It's too expensive. So people moving, meaning white people, trendy white folks, moving to Logan Square beyond Bucktown and Wicker Park. So they don't want to move to the South Side. Everybody don't want to move to the South Side because of poor black people, and for good reason. But the South Side is the best side. It got so much space. I mean, when you can park your car, you know what I'm saying? North Side is treacherous. So this is prime property. You know, you can, you know, close to the lake, close to downtown. And most people in Chicago are really good people. They really are. I mean, especially African Americans. We just have to make sure our boys, you know, 90% of African American boys read below grade level. And that is the real problem. It really is. 90% of African American boys read below grade level. And the real problem is that it's hard to stay married. It's hard to co-parent your children. The average brother is going to make less money than his wife and girlfriend. So, and when the average brother is less educated, makes less money than his girlfriend or wife or whatever, how does he be the man? How does he become the man? How does he feel like a man when he cannot provide for his family? And under that dynamic, when the man does not feel like a man because he cannot provide for his family, I'm talking about black men and a lot of white men, but black folks got a real problem with it, let's face it. How does a man feel like a man when he cannot provide for his family? How does he co-parent his children when he cannot provide for his children? And it's a real problem. It's a real problem. Okay. All right, this is the classic Wendell, famous really, Wendell Phillips High School. Now it's Wendell Phillips High School is one of those turnaround schools. AUSL, they got to hook up with the board and they transform these schools, and I don't know what they're doing, but I would love to come in and meet the principal, because it was a brother, young brother, who's a principal of school, and they claim they have turned it around and it's much better than the old Wendell Phillips, and which is cool. If that's all true, that's good. It's very good. And that is the problem with the old neighborhood. How do we get, when you got 90% of the African American boys in city Chicago reading below grade level, you wonder why we have problems. And a lot of us have mental issues. And we don't want to talk about the mental issues. And mental issues are real, people. Very real. And just let alone we've been hurt and despised and rejected and talked about like a dog. We got some real issues that people need to deal with. So that's what we got to do. And even these, especially preschool and elementary school, how do we get these boys into reading and writing and arithmetic and writing code and learning how to be a carpenter, a plumber, electrician? Man, so you got to have resources. You have to have leadership. That's what we're lacking. We're lacking the leadership, and the resources are there. They just have to be allocated or reallocated or whatever. But we need leadership. And the black leadership is this old civil rights leadership it's fading away, but it's got to go quicker. Man. It's like, I respect Reverend Al Sharpton. You know, he's on the radio, he's on TV every day, he does a good job. But he's in an indirect way, maybe directly, I don't know. They promote this grievance mindset, and I know the white man is treat us black folks bad, and the system is on our neck. Yeah, I understand all that. That's true. They ain't changed in 400-500 years now. Come on. But we need new leadership that moves beyond grievance. I know it's easier to be reactionary and always reacting toward racism. There's always a racial incident in America that we're reacting to. That's fine. That's what Reverend Al does. That's what a lot of preachers do and that kind of stuff. And okay, we need that. But we need some proactive leadership. And the proactive leadership is like literacy. Most of the problems in urban black America is a literacy problem. It's a parenting issue. It's a teacher issue. It's a system issue. You know, we need better schools. But we have to demand them. And we got to make sure the kids can read and write at grade level. I have to fight with people. They want to fight me on the notion that every kid should read and write at grade level, or damn near close to it. Every African-American boy, whatever city they live in, has to read and write at grade level. Learn how to do code, learn how to play the piano, play a musical instrument. Demand these things, that these things get done. Or else. Now, I personally have no plans moving away from Chicago. I just love it. You can see, you can't see the lake. The lake is in the distance. I'm on 31st Street. I mean, it's magnificent. Hopefully, if I get my act together, I'm moving to the South Loop. Or somewhere close to it. And it's beautiful here. Now, the winters are tough. We know that. And that's why people are like, they're trying to move us out of Chicago. I said, listen here. About one winter in the South, you'd be like, man, you forget all about Chicago. They got them short winters, mild winters. I wanted to show y'all Dunbar High School, but maybe I get back to it later. I got to run over here and interview Philip Jackson for the Black Star Project. But yeah, we're gonna interview Philip Jackson. He's the man. But he talks about education because that's really the key. If I had a better education, if I was better educated, they didn't break my spirit. I didn't have the intrinsic motivation to get myself educated. So I let the system break my spirit till I hated school and grammar school, and I've been suffering for damn 40 years. Never got over it. I need to seek psychiatric help to get over it. I hated school. They broke my spirit. And they break the spirit of black boys even to this day, 40 years later. Every kid's got to read and write in grade level. Read and write at grade level. Clean neighborhoods. Safe neighborhoods with excellent schools. Clean neighborhoods. Safe neighborhoods with excellent schools. Every black boy, every boy has to read and write at grade level. Read and write, at least somewhat close to it. Read and write at grade level. Read and write at grade level. Everybody, read and write at grade level. Don't let your children suffer in school. Stop it. Read and write at grade level. All 8th graders should go on a college tour. So we should encourage grammar school principals to take their 8th graders on a college tour to a college like Northwestern University or Notre Dame University. I can hear the critics now saying, why are you taking 8th graders on a college tour to schools like Northwestern and Notre Dame, knowing they ain't never going to qualify and be admitted to top universities in America? I understand. But the point is, you're trying to expand the consciousness of students so they can have a consciousness and thoughts beyond the hood, to get them to know there's a world outside the hood, whether they go to Notre Dame, Northwestern, UIC, U of I in Champaign, city colleges in Chicago or community college in some other state, some other city, to let them know the possibilities, that there's a world beyond their old neighborhood. That's the point. Expand their consciousness. How much money would you like to earn? $50 a day? $100 a day? $200 a day? $300 a day? $400 a day? Or more? Here is a reality check. In the United States of America, 50 million people are poor or near poor. Most Americans earn less than $50,000 a year. 30% or so of Americans, they earn between $50,000 and $110,000 a year. only 2% of Americans, that's a lot of Americans, but only 2% of Americans earn more than $250,000 a year. In a Princeton University study, the researchers found that after a person earns more than $75,000 a year, more income, more money, doesn't really bring more satisfaction in life. Doesn't really bring any more happiness. You may disagree, but the point is, on one level, it's not about the money. It's about providing a product or a service that enhances the lives of other people, making people's lives more comfortable, making people happy. If you provide that wonderful product or service to people and improve their lives, you will have all the money you need. Remember, all the shows on the internet, and I don't need to be in front of the camera like I used to. I don't need to be a camera hog. I'm just too old and too grown for that. Sometime I need some FaceTime. Sometime. But it's about clean neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods with excellent schools. Clean neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods with excellent schools. Here on the south side of Chicago, don't worry about Mayor Daley. Mayor Daley, that's a Freudian slip. He gone. Don't worry about Mayor Rahm Emanuel. I mean, if he's mayor, fine. If he ain't, you still got to do what you got to do. It's about clean neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods with excellent schools. It's about these black boys reading at grade level or something close to it so they can learn how to be a carpenter, a lawyer, a doctor, an electrician, a plumber, a bus driver, a limo driver. Just being, so they can be employable, clean neighborhoods, safe neighborhoods with excellent schools.